Welcome to over 50 and freezing. Side of the road done, one side is not. Hello, welcome to my red lips and my big fat head. When you live in the country, at least here, they do not plow the side roads, not whatsoever. So I am driving a 4x4 vehicle at the moment, borrowing a vehicle. This, my friends, is pure insanity. Hello, my loves and turtle doves. To those of you that celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas. I'm visiting my family, so you are going to hear Lilo and Stitch. The kids are watching it right now. And what am I doing? Oh, Granny's trying to make some chocolate chip cookies. Y'all know the deal about chocolate chip cookies, right? You got to blend the two sugars together with vanilla. Let me see, brown sugar and granulated white sugar and vanilla and margarine. And then you got your powders all together right there. It's been a bit of a while. How you doing? Granny's hanging in there. My granddaughter's been assisting, and we're going to be spooning the cookie dough onto the thingamabobber that cookies go onto, the cookie sheet. I'll be right back. Alrighty, kids. Yes, honey. Yes, you're going to eat the chocolate chips. We have our unsweetened coconut, the diamond walnuts, and of course, the ever popular dark. Just a moment. Shh. Yeah, let me talk now. I'm talking to my friends, okay? Shh. Give Granny a moment, okay? Just 1 second. And the dark chocolate, and that's been. I like to do a blend, or I like to split the ingredients up. So then we have this, and then just the regular chocolate chip. Alright, Emma, we got to put this on here. Okay, good girl. And then we push it down. Can you help Granny push that?
Yeah.
Just push that down. Okay, you're doing very good. Thank you, sweetie. Very good job. Alrighty, Miss Emma and I have got these all together. Those obviously are the ones with the coconut and the walnuts, and these are the regular ones at 375 degrees according to the Nestle's package. 375 degrees for 9 to 11 minutes. Let's put them in. Just 1 moment. Just gonna put them in there. And we'll be back when they're ready. We'll see what happens. Welcome back in. As I'm waiting my 9 to 11 minutes, I thought I'd come out just for a moment to say, hey, how you doing? I'm doing great. Had to redo her. We're getting a little bit better with it, with a nice blend. And I'm just wearing the see-through thing I would wear in the summer. And because it has a nice festive collar, I thought it would be apropos for a family visit. And I am having a wonderful time. I had the best night's sleep that I've had in a very, very long time. Very quiet. There's a little room upstairs that's been set aside just for moi by my kids. Oh, yes, indeed. Anywho, when I come back, hopefully the cookies will look in pretty good shape. We'll see you in a moment. Well, my friends, as you can see, the coconut walnut ones come out pretty good. This sort of morphed into one ginormous cookie. I probably put too much of the mix. Yeah, yeah, you can touch it. Yeah. We're gonna have it in just a moment, okay? Just give Granny just 1 moment. But yeah, I think they came out pretty good. Sorry about all the goofiness, but you know how it is when you have babies. This has been the best Christmas ever. Coming to see my family and having an overnight or so. How y'all doing? I'm doing just fine. Working lots of hours, doing the best I can. They're working lots of hours, doing the best they can. How's your holiday going so far? Yeah. You know, I've said this before. I've said it in comments back to people. Every day, really, with the Master, we celebrate him every day. But I guess they chose this day to be the day of
I
celebration.
am in my little bedroom, and I'm just sitting out here looking and reflecting and trying to get a piece of myself back. Does anybody understand what I'm saying? I'm trying to get a piece of myself back. When I'm around my family, I feel like me again. Does that make any sense to anybody? Am I making any kind of sense? Sometimes I think I'm not making any sense. My family does bring me great joy. How are you doing out there? What's happening? I hope everything is okay. I feel like my creativity factor, trying to get that back. When I started this channel, I just felt like I had something to say. And sometimes life steps in and you're just trying to figure everything out. In 3 years, I'm going to be 60. The master willing, I'll make it to 60. I would like to see my granddaughter go down the aisle, and at the other end, there be a God-fearing man waiting to take her hand. I'd like to see my son walk her down the aisle, and me and my daughter-in-law passing each other a hanky, just crying tears of joy. Does that sound a little bit melodramatic to you? Am I being a cornball? Those are the kinds of things I think about. I'm amazed in my 20s how things meant so much. Having the right lipstick and matching my clothing meant so much. Getting a goofy credit card for $500 and buying clothing I did not need. How that meant so much. The purse and handbag have to match. The only person or persons that would probably take a little bit notice to that is another woman with a $500 credit card trying to match this and that. I've been watching a lot of television shows from the 50s, the 60s, and the 70s, and the 80s. And looking at the football player styled shoulder pads from the 80s. I cannot believe I wore that stuff, but yes I did, and so did some of you. I'm sorry to be all over the place. I'm just trying to tell you how I feel. How I feel. I am still at the age of 57 years old trying to understand myself. Is there any other female that's, the clock is ticking closer and closer to 60 that understands what I'm talking about? Sorry to keep asking you that question, but do you understand how I feel? It's a little bit bothersome not to, on another subject, have an inheritance to leave my son and grandchildren. It's a little bit bothersome. But as I look at them, as I'm talking about my grandchildren yet again, as I look at them, what's the statement, girls? We want them to do better than us. I want them to do better than us. I want them to use this and not this to earn their income. That's what I want. That's what I want. I don't want another generation of females in my family line to have to work so physically hard for every dollar. I want them to have joy. I want them to step, to start off right. I want to give them, to help them to start off right. Maybe I'm a bit obsessive. Am I being obsessive? To want the next generation to do better than me? Those are the things that tug at my heart. My mother was, I don't know, a little bit obsessive about us, a bit overprotective, the queen of sheltering her, her little flock. We try to, for some of us, protect them. For some of us, just a little bit too much. You can't shelter them because eventually their 5-year-old selves are going to go into school and discover America and discover how things are. From our sheltering them. Oh, let me throw a few pillows all the way around you so when you fall, you don't hurt yourself. I'm not talking about physical pillows. I remember when I was waving goodbye to my son, sending him on a school bus to a private school for the first day as I'm smiling and waving, and I turned my back and I started crying because I realized that some of the folks are going to be just absolutely wonderful and some were not. Some were not. Don't mind me if I make you my Dr. Phil and Dr. Phyllis's. I just wonder about all these things all together. I don't much think about myself. When you're young, this may not speak for all of you, but when you're young, you tend to be self-absorbed, self-serving. It's all about you for some. Don't want to throw everybody into that bag. Isn't it amazing the things that we obsess over and the things that we think are so very important when we are young? And then once a little bit older, we recognize what really matters and what's really important. Oh, that enemy, he just so wants to separate and break up families now, doesn't he? I don't know how, how else to be. It's how my mother raised me. To just care. To just care. Anyways, thank you for allowing me, Dr. Phil and Dr. Phyllis. Thank you for allowing me to speak. And like I say, if you celebrate the holiday, many do not. As we know, the Master's birthday was not December the 25th. We're just so grateful that he went to that tree on our behalf, that he loved us enough to do so. And maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. No greater love. Maybe that's it. Maybe I'm maturing my love walk. Maybe that's it. As someone gave their life in my stead and in yours. Maybe that's it. Maybe once you learn how much he's in love with you and how much he loves you, and you start to feel the spirit of the Master, and you can't help but love. Maybe that's it. I don't know. Maybe that's really it. That God is love. Love you.